calling him, keep calling him. Whether he replies or not, keep calling him. In the temple of unceasing prayer, believe that he's approaching there, and call to him, keep calling him. Thou dost know I'm praying, Lord, you know I love no other. I'll speak not nor ask when, to expect from you an answer. You know my heart. I'll call to thee again. Keep calling him, keep calling him. Whether he replies or not, keep calling him. I'll wash thy feet of silence with the waters of my tears. The altar of my soul will be empty till thou comest. I'll wait for thee, no matter days or years. Keep calling him, keep calling him. Whether he replies or not, keep calling him. In the center of my heart, I have a mystic throne for thee. The candles of my joys are dimly burning now in hope, awaiting thy coming, though it be eternity. Keep calling him, keep calling him. Whether he replies or not, keep calling him. Even when there's no reply, never let your longing die, and call to him, keep calling him. Remain persistent, undepressed, through dark and seeming silence. If in the midst of life, disease, and death you play the dancer, yet keep calling him, you will receive his answer. Keep calling him, keep calling him, keep calling him.
This is again March 7th, 1952 at the Biltmore Hotel. The ambassador of India was visiting the U.S. for the first time in his new ambassadorship, and among the stops he made was Los Angeles to meet Yogananda. And in his speech, he said, Yogananda, you are the true ambassador of India because you have brought India's greatness to America. You can see Yogananda here. Advantages of a wireless mic. You won't be able to see him necessarily, but this is him right here in the back. That's the ambassador's wife. And Swami Kriyananda is right here. It's again, obviously. But again, we're in Los Angeles where this all took place. Just 2 weeks ago, I was at Susina's and I met a man whose father was at the Biltmore, standing outside, trying to get in while Yogananda was in there. He said my father was a devotee, but he never met Yogananda, and he was trying to. It was sort of a version of Om, and it wasn't quite as uplifting. This man was trying to meet Master in that lifetime, and he wasn't quite able to. He said they weren't letting anybody else in. It was an invitation-only event. And Yogananda gave a speech on that occasion, and Paul is going to read to us now some excerpts from that speech.
So it's an honor to be able to read this. He says, Your Excellency, Ambassador Senator, Madam Senator, Consul General of India, Mr. Ahuja, and all honored guests present here from all nations, I bow to the God in you. You, Your Excellency, represent the great spiritual India, and you can discover the goodness of America, indeed, of all different nations. I think if we would gather together the great men of all lands, we could build such a model civilization that all nations would eventually form a united world with God guiding them through their conscience. People too often concentrate on the faults of a nation and not on her good points. Just before I came to America, I was warned by Hindu friends never to go in dark alleys, lest my scalp be removed by red Indians. And whenever I saw a bald-headed man, I thought some Indians had been at work. One morning, I was passing an empty field. That evening, as I passed the same way again, I saw a house standing in the field. I asked a man if the house had been there in the morning. No, he replied, they just put it up. When I think of such energy, I like to be an American. But when I hear of so many American millionaires who die prematurely, then I like to be a Hindu, to sit on the banks of the Ganges and concentrate on the factory of mind from which spiritual skyscrapers can come, and to think of the great masters of India who are her perennial glory. Somewhere between the two great civilizations of efficient America and spiritual India lies the answer for a model world civilization. I am proud that I was born in India. I am proud that we have a great ambassador representing my spiritual India. I am very proud today. I often say, mortal fires may raze all her homes and golden paddy fields, yet to sleep on her ashes and dream immortality. O India, I will be there. God made the earth, and man made his confining countries, and their fancy frozen boundaries, where Ganges, woods, Himalayan caves, and men dream God. I am hallowed. My body touched that sod.
I wanted to read from this new book, Paramahansa Yogananda, a biography that's just come out. And Swami Kriyananda will be coming here to Los Angeles on June 24th to launch this book. But it's available in stores now, including that store. So do feel free to get a copy. It's a magnificent book. And it's full of many photos of Yogananda as well. This is the almost the final chapter. It's entitled His Final Years. And this is regarding Yogananda's passing. I put my heart in recounting the story of those days in my book, The New Path. I simply don't want to relive them again. To me now, he is an ever-living presence. I want to think of him in my heart, not as lying there on the floor at the Biltmore Hotel after his address at the banquet in honor of Binay Sen, India's new ambassador to the United States. 2 of his disciples in India were planning to come over, and his body was kept unburied for their arrival. As it happened, their coming was delayed. After 21 days, we had to tell the officials at the Forest Lawn Mortuary that they might seal the coffin. A few days later, an official letter came from Harry T. Rowe, saying that at the time the coffin was sealed, there was no reason to say that there had been any change in the state of Yogananda's body. As far as we know from mortuary annals, this state of perfect preservation in a body is unprecedented. Toward the end of his life, Master said to a group of us monks, "Respect one another as you respect me." People are a very important part of any life of spiritual service. Our first duty is to love and respect them as images of God. Finally, out at 29 Palms, I once said to him, "Sir, after you are gone, will you be as close to us as you are now?" "To those who think me near," he replied, "I will be near." His proximity was indicated to us poignantly years later by what happened to the mother of one of our Ananda members, Irene Schulman. "My mom sometimes visited Ananda," she said. "One time she saw Master here. She told him, among other things, how many people were coming to Ananda and how many new homes were being built here. She then expressed a desire that Ananda always be what he himself wanted it to be. At some point she asked him, 'Do you often come here?' Yogananda replied with a smile, 'I'm always here.'" So we see it's very important to keep the consciousness of Yogananda ever present in our hearts. Not to think of him as having gone or having been away, or let's go back to 1952 and all of those things. But to think of him as right here, right now. He said to Swami Kriyananda, "I know every thought you think." And one of our members, Asha Praver, asked Swami, "Do you think that's true even now for those of us who are his students or his disciples who never even met him?" And Swami said, "Of course, unhesitatingly. To those who think me near, I will be near." And as Swami was saying in the talk, we have to see ourselves, all the goodness in ourselves, all the greatness in ourselves. We are not, computer scientists or actors or set decorators or, in between jobs. We are not any of those things. We are children of God. And if we're interested in the yoga teachings, it's only because we've been practicing them for incarnations. And we happen to be here now, picking them up again. And this is very important to remember because you don't change that much from one lifetime to another. And on one level, that's kind of horrifying thought, like, oh dear. But actually, if you reverse it, it's a thrilling thought. It means that all of the spiritual effort you've been putting out now, you've been putting out for a long, long time. And Swami Kriyananda said to Yogananda, "Have I been your disciple for thousands of years?" And Yogananda said, "It's been a long time, that's all I'll say." But what does that mean for us? Hundreds of years? Thousands of years? It's been a long time. And we feel that in our hearts. We feel that devotion. Someone was recently kind of asking me, what is devotion? And I had to stop and think, because it's a word we use all the time, and devotion is devotion. And so I was reading in a book at the same time this question was asked, and Swami Kriyananda explained devotion as longing. And that's an easy word for anyone who's not even on the spiritual path, to relate to. Longing. What do we long for? Many things. But Yogananda said every desire has to be fulfilled, which on one hand can seem a little scary if you think of all the desires there are and all the time it would have to take to fulfill them. There is a shortcut. But it also means that when we have a longing for freedom, when we have a longing for God, that too has to be fulfilled. And that is the desire that removes all other desires. And the Indians say that if you have a thorn in your flesh, take another thorn to pull the first thorn out and then throw both thorns away. That's a metaphor of saying this desire for God is the one desire that cancels all the rest. But it's important to think of this as happening now. Yogananda said everyone drawn to this spiritual path should strive to become free, to attain nirvikalpa samadhi in this lifetime. And why did he say that? Did he say that because he thought, well, that'll really bring in the hordes? Of course not. It's hard work. That's often why the hordes don't come, because it's a challenge. It's fun in the beginning, but you end up looking in the mirror, and everywhere you turn there's a mirror, and ugh. But forget all that. That's the ego. That's all the past. Everything in future will improve if you're making a spiritual effort now, Sri Yukteswar said. Everything. We haven't yet succeeded, but we will succeed. We must. It's guaranteed. So let's just quicken the process. I was speaking with someone who went to India and had a reading from Brigu, and you may have heard of the Book of Brigu. Swami Kriyananda has talked about the Book of Brigu, and where it predicts the lives of people living in the future. And Swami Kriyananda found a whole description of his own life written there, things that he himself didn't know and was able to verify later about his parents, for example. And this woman said, well, it was very accurate. Everything in my life, it pegged. And I brought a friend, and it pegged my friend even more because it said, you have 3 children. So you have 2 of them are twins. Yes, your son of the twins is very naughty. That's what it said. I don't know what the Sanskrit word for naughty is, but somehow that was the translation. And it said you are working with special children. You are working in special education. I mean, it was all exactly accurate. And I say this partly because my friend's was more abstract, and so it was more internal, so it was harder to verify exactly outwardly. But this one was just smack on. And she said everything was correct in the reading except one thing. It said to my friend, in your past life, you attained Sabikalpa Samadhi. And this is the samadhi that we were singing of, the chant, the first stage of samadhi. And she said, that is what makes me not believe it. And I said, that is what makes me believe it. We have to remember that. What previous attainments have we already achieved that are just hidden to us for now? Swami Kriyananda was even told, I was sitting there when someone at another reading, Agastya reading, they said, your highest realization has been hidden from you because of past bad karma, but it's all coming to your consciousness now. So sometimes we may not even know our past greatness. And in a certain way that's helpful because we don't want to walk around thinking of our past greatness. And the danger of Sabikalpa Samadhi is in meditation, you merge with the infinite and then you kind of come out thinking, hey, I was just one with the infinite. Not bad. It's true. It's the ego's final test because you feel the power of God behind you and then you can again fall. And obviously, if my friend did attain Sabikalpa Samadhi, then she did fall. In fact, the reading said that she fell. He said, after that, big mistake. So she's back, but she's almost there, and so are you, and so are we all. So let's affirm that freedom and pray that God come to us, fill our hearts, wash out all the darkness, satisfy our longing in this lifetime. And before we close with our flower ceremony, Rose will read to us a poem from Yogananda.
This is When I Am Only a Dream, which was written by Paramahansa Yogananda. I come to tell you all of him and the way to encase him in your bosom, and of the discipline that brings his grace. Those of you who have asked me to guide you to my beloved's presence, I warn you through my silently talking mind, or speak to you through a gentle, significant glance, or whisper to you through my love, or loudly dissuade you when you stray away from him. But when I shall become only a memory or a mental image or a silently speaking voice, when no earthly call will ever reveal my whereabouts in unplumbed space, when no shallow entreaty or stern stentorian command will bring from me an answer, I will smile in your mind when you are right, and when you are wrong, I will weep through my eyes, dimly peering at you in the dark, and weep through your eyes, perchance, and I will whisper to you through your conscience, and I will reason with you through your reason, and I will love all through your love. When you are able no longer to talk with me, excuse me, read my whispers from eternity. Eternally, though, eternally through it, I will talk to you. Unknown, I will walk by your side and guard you with invisible arms. And as soon as you know my beloved and hear his voice in silence, you will know me again more tangibly than you knew me on this earth plane. And yet, when I am only a dream to you, I will come to remind you that you too are not but a dream of my heavenly beloved. And when you know you are a dream, as I know now, we will be ever awake in him.
Speak silence, they whisper, come find me. You'll never know true love if you stay. Now I seek them in the winter time, oh, I seek them in the spring. Those two dark eyes draw my heart away to where sun and moon sing. I laugh now in the summertime when ripples on the river play. I laugh soaring with the meadowlarks, love has made my heart gay. I laugh soaring with the meadowlarks, love has made my heart gay. I've known them forever, they've haunted my slumber and called to me out of the deeps of space. The love that they promise has
words that speak silence, they whisper, come find me. You'll never know true love if you stay. Now I seek them in the winter time, oh, I seek them in the spring. Those two dark eyes draw my heart away to where sun and moon sing. I laugh now in the summertime when ripples on the river play. I laugh soaring with the meadowlarks, love has made my heart gay. I laugh soaring with the meadowlarks, love has made my heart gay. I've known them forever, they've haunted my slumber and called to me out of the deeps of space. The love that they promised has helped me remember another time, a caring embrace. Another time, a caring embrace. Thy joy fill our days. Oh, Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. The time has come for us to see that there's but one reality upon the earth and high above. The truth that all was made from love. A love that calls to us to fly above the hills, above the sky, above the storms, above the plains. A land where peace and laughter reign. Oh, Master, may thy joy fill our days. Oh, Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. Guide all our hopes and all our dreams, past every glow that only seems into the light, the inner sun, into the truth that we're all one. Help us to find in every hour, in every thought, in every flower, a joy that spans eternity, the truth
The time has come for us to see that there's but one reality upon the earth and high above, the truth that all was made from love. A love that calls to us to fly above the hills, above the sky, above the storms, above the plain, a land where peace and laughter reign. Oh, Master, may thy joy fill our days. Oh, Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. Guide all our hopes and all our dreams, past every glow that only seems, into the light, the inner sun, into the truth that we're all one. Help us to find in every hour, in every thought, in every flower, a joy that spans eternity, the truth that makes us ever free. Oh, Master, may thy joy fill our days. Oh, Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. Oh, Master, may thy joy fill our days. Oh, Master, may thy wisdom